Firstly, in tourism, we have two, or let's say three main objectives. As you might be aware, tourism is seasonal, meaning we have a peak period and what we call a low period. And this applies to St. Kitts and Nevis. And the peak period usually starts in October next month and would run up until usually April. Our aim is to make the destination, St. Kitts and Nevis, a year-round destination so that we don't have peak periods and that people who thrive and work in the industry can have a year-round means of making a living. The other objective is to increase arrivals here, well, in St. Kitts, I'm talking as if I'm home, to increase arrivals within the islands, and I'm not speaking out of turn on behalf of the Premier, so these objectives are specific to St. Kitts, and I suspect that there might be similar objectives on Nevis, as we have similar products, by 10 to 15% annually. And we want to increase the visitor spend. If you do your research, you would see the visitor spend is around 130, they're about 130 per visitor. And so we are hoping to attract higher spending visitors. Of course, that means diversifying what we offer and working on the product. We want to have a clear communication through our marketing authority, that's Tourism Authority, on the immersive and unique products and what that we offer in St. Kitts. So that, of course, is a part of the overall strategic plan from which we operate within the Ministry of Tourism. We have the teams working not just in St. Kitts, but we have a team in Canada, we have a team in the UK, we have a team in the US. We have a team in the US and we work closely with the various missions set up in the respective areas. And so within the past few months, since I've become the minister, we've accomplished a whole lot in tourism, and that's testament to the hard-working teams we have in place and the commitment of the teams in tourism. And so I will give you an update now as to some of the noteworthy accomplishments. The government, when we took office, clearly indicated at that time our intention to operate a people-focused government. We're of the firm view that consulting with our citizens, including those in and out of the diaspora, is an imperative to operate in a people-focused government. Our government has for the last 2 years successfully carried a load to protect our people from the full brunt of the harsh realities of the external shocks which are unrelenting, not just in tourism, but all sectors of the economy. This we did, of course, to offset the impacts of the challenges that continue to be stacked against us and to give our economy a fighting chance to fully recover and even advance beyond the achievements of 2019. As it relates to tourism, the industry, when nurtured, can help to reduce poverty. It stirs entrepreneurship, which is what our Deputy CEO and our CEO was saying, and stimulates the economy. I'm pleased to report that the tourism sector has made significant progress despite global challenges, and our people are once again reaping the benefits of this vital industry. We are continuing our efforts to engage in cruise lines to ensure that our twin island, not just St. Kitts, our twin island federation continues to be seen as a valuable destination. In order to do this, we have prioritized improving our destination standards and enhancing customer service. We understand as well in tourism the urgency of responding to climate change. And this is shared by our cruise industry partners. The world has changed, and we need to adapt in order for our destination to remain competitive. We have observed changes in cruise itineraries as the cruise lines have set sail for shorter voyages at lower speeds in order to minimize their carbon emissions and to avoid penalties as required by the carbon intensity indicator implemented by the International Maritime Organization. This, of course, compounded by a challenge we have as a destination by the decrease of home porting in San Juan. And so a number of cruise lines, particularly Carnival, home ported in San Juan and then sailed down to the islands. There was an issue with the ports in San Juan, and so a number of cruise lines were forced to be home porting out of Florida. And of course that means longer itineraries, more emissions, and of course possible sanctions by IMO. Our team in tourism continues to work exploring possible avenues for innovation, which is, we had a call for action tonight from the CEO for innovation, not just within St. Kitts and Nevis, but in the diaspora, rejuvenation and diversification within the sector to ensure that we remain on a path to sustainable tourism expansion. We're currently exploring the feasibility of introducing renewable sources, and all of this should get you thinking as well as to what role you can play. We're exploring the feasibility of introducing renewable sources of shore power, and we do have shore power on Pier 1. So we have two piers at Port Sante. The first pier would have been built around 2010, 12, thereabouts, and that pier has shore power. The second pier, which was recently completed maybe 3-4 years ago, does not have the ability for shore power. Now, shore power means that ships, when they're in port, can actually plug in and turn off their engines. What we need to be doing, though, is finding solutions to provide clean energy down at our ports, whether it's the airports or the seaports. And so we are exploring the possibilities of having alternative forms of energy, renewable sources, to meet the needs of the cruise lines. Because this is not just us embarking on a sustainable island state agenda, but the objective of our industry partners, cruise lines as well. And so we'll be able to partner with them if we're able to do that. Those are things we are exploring, and those are things you can get involved in here in the diaspora.